안녕하세요. 리뷰어 JYK입니다. 저는 지금 하이엔드 문행 2025 현장에 나와 있습니다. 이번에 누프라임에서 기존의 스테레오 앰프들 뿐만 아니라 이머시브 오디오, 멀티채널에 대한 오디오가 굉장히 다양하게 나왔다고 하더라고요. 그래서 누프라임 X라고 하는 이머시브 오디오, 그거를 소개하는 현장이 있다고 해서 왔습니다. 이번에 이렇게 누프라임의 이머시브 오디오 제품들이 이렇게 쭉 나왔습니다. 퓨전이라고 하는 하이엔드 멀티채널 DAC 제품이 이렇게 나왔고요. H16A라고 하는 돌비, 그 다음에 DTS, HDMI2, AORIP라고 하는 새로운 기술이더라고요. 그거에 대한 디코더 제품이 또 나왔고요. 그 다음에 저희 사무실에서도 제가 처음 해봤었는데 MCX라고 하는 멀티채널 DAC 겸 앰프가 또 나왔습니다. 안으로 들어가서 제이슨 대표님의 또 설명을 한번 들어보고 또 음악을 또 들어보는 시간을 가지도록 하겠습니다.
So in this room, for the very first time, we are demonstrating the high-end NuPrime Fusion 8D multi-channel DAC. So there are 4 clock sync ESS 9038 Q2M DAC. So these systems allow us to allow customers to actually listen to 2-channel and multi-channel amp without compromising performance or having to choose between the AVR or a 2-channel system. So this 8-channel DAC has 2 inputs and actually can be expanded into more than 2 inputs. But for now, for this show, it is configured with 2 inputs from USB input as well as AOIP inputs. So AOIP meaning that it can take in 16-channel digital stream, right? Even with the USB, it can decode 8-channel USB. In this demo, we have the Mac Mini decoding Dolby 7.1.4, and the center, left, right, and subwoofer decoded converted by the Mac from HDMI to PCM stream and decoded by this DAC and powered by 3 monoblocks. And then the top 4 speakers and the surround 8 speakers are powered by and decoded and powered by the 800AD DAC at the back. So these 2 systems are actually separate systems but connected by Ethernet. They're all on the network with the PC and with the Mac and the laptop. Just by simply switching the input from USB to AOIP, now we can play the 7.1.4 soundtrack. I'll actually play this Top Gun. What the hell is that?
Relevant to range control.
Next, I'm going to play this track that has a lot of very small details and highly precision systems. You need a highly precise systems to show off. So 2 completely different experience, different effect. From multi-channel to 2-channel, from 2-channel to multi-channel again.
So this was from Boris Blank's solo album, the title song called Resonance. This album is released on vinyl, but as well on a pure audio Blu-ray disc. Pure audio Blu-ray is a format I've invented, I don't know, 15 years ago, a bit more, that made use of the Blu-ray as a high quality, high resolution carrier to be used as a music-only format. It doesn't stop here. We just announced yesterday an upcoming high-resolution immersive streaming service. So in July 2025, you'll be able to hear exact the same quality you heard just right now from our master. That's going to be delivered through an app directly to your systems without any reduction in terms of quality. I'll play you another track from another artist we're working quite closely with. His name is Dave McHenry, a singer-songwriter coming from Ireland, living in Vienna in the meantime. And this track, I love to play it a lot because what you have here is a so-called 714 speaker layout. So you got 7 speakers at ear level, 1 subwoofer, and 4 speakers on the ceiling. We as producers and engineers, this opens up for us a complete new world, because now we can deal with space and get you as a listener becoming a part of the whole thing. And there is a new parameter. I think this is not an official term, but we call it spatial dynamics. And when you listen to that track, you will immediately understand what it means. So we can do things in mixing now we never could do with just 2 speakers and in stereo. So, and the result is we connect to people much more emotionally with the music, and it's not just something that happens outside of your space. So the track is called Collateral.
I was inspired most of the time. Something worth fighting or dying for was all I ever wanted of life. Started to buy all of their lives, wrapped up in little truths upon the hooks they used to pull in boys of just my size. So close, I learned to fight it. Fight for myself, to recognize the eyes with eyes behind that only want to hurt somebody else, and no one can hide it, at least not for long.
I want to change the genre a little bit, because what you first heard with the electronic music, that's quite obvious. You can move audio just throughout space. This is kind of a typical pop song, so we can some limits. When it comes to orchestra recordings, and there's an orchestra on stage, you may wonder, why do I need so many speakers just to play back an orchestra? You've been doing that for the last 50 years with 2 speakers, but I'll just play you a track and you will immediately understand you're gonna be part, or you're gonna have a best seat in the concert hall. You're no longer bringing an orchestra to your living room, and then it will happen something between 2 speakers, but you're gonna feel being a part of it. So the next track is a recording we've been involved in, which is John Williams conducting the Vienna Philharmonic. So there is a so-called 714 speaker playback. So we have 7 speakers at ear level, pretty much like you know from the days of surround sound. We had 5, now we have 7. There is 1 subwoofer, that's the 0.1, and then 714 defines 4 speakers on the ceiling, which is quite a standard for playing back immersive audio formats like Dolby Atmos or Aural 3D or others. I'm playing here masters that we create in the studio, so this is as good as it can get. So this doesn't pass any codecs or things in between. Maybe you guys can help me out about the further setup with the NuPrime. My guesswork is this computer uses audio over IP to the NuPrime, and NuPrime has a bunch of analog outs, and these are connected to the amplifiers from Amphion and then feeding the Amphion speakers. So this is what you need to achieve that kind of quality. If you would do that on a streaming platform, there would be some codec in between. Or you're going to use for a Blu-ray disc, that would be the same quality like you just heard. Or I just mentioned that earlier on, there will be an upcoming streaming service run by us called Pure Audio Streaming, which will do the same quality on a streaming basis.
The vision is that how does audio file, we don't want audio file to choose between 2-channel and multi-channel. That's what you have to do today. In your movie room, you have your AVR, it's big and bulky, and you have all the cables connected. Once you set up your multi-channel system using an AVR, you're stuck with it. And then you have your 2-channel. So what we are trying to demonstrate is that we could basically merge. That's why we call that a Fusion X platform. Whenever the product has a name Fusion, it means fusion from between 2 channels and multi-channel. The Fusion X implies that it's not just fusion of 2-channel and multi-channel, it's actually a whole platform that provide the flexibility of reconfiguring, expand the system. Take this Fusion 8D DAC, for example. This is a pure high-end DAC, and a lot of people might not know that Mac OS is an incredible machine. It's a Mac Mini M4, right? You can play games, watch movie. It does Dolby 7.1.4 decoding. But what do you do after your Mac decode your Dolby Atmos, right? So the Mac actually decoded into multi-channel PCM stream on the USB port. So this is one of the, maybe the only device on the market that can decode 8-channel USB. So once you decode 8-channel USB here, yes, then you can do 5.1.2. Now the issue is what do you want? What if you need 7.1.4, right? Then you can either have one of these, configure it as USB-A, then on the Mac, you send out the first 8 channel to this DAC. Then the remaining channel, you can go to this integrated DAC and amp. So you have the flexibility. What happens if your source comes from your PlayStation, your HDMI source, right? Your smart TV, not from USB? What do? We have this. This is a full-blown HDMI processor. So you have your input from Blu-ray, anything, all your HDMI input. This goes to your TV screen, and it converts everything into AOIP, and then you can distribute your multi-channel into your device. So this is a fully flexible system. In this system, you do your HDMI to digital conversion in one step, and then you do your decoding in a separate step, right? And then you go from DAC to amp. So these systems allow you to reconfigure your systems however you wish. Yeah, and then you can have 2-channel. With one system, you can play 2-channel music. You can switch instantly into multi-channel music.
So I don't know about AOIP. So could you explain?
Okay. AOIP is very mature technology. It's being used currently by the professional recording studios, large concert hall, stadiums. Stadium especially, you're dealing with hundreds of speakers. How do you sync up all your speakers? Yeah, so AOIP is you can sync up all the channel within millisecond. So it's a very highly precise technology. Currently, we are probably the only company that are leading the use of AOIP for consumer electronics, consumer audio. Evolution Stream basically is a music server, right? And currently is one of the best sounding, in our opinion, music server on the market. It supports the standard like RuneCore and other streaming services. The difference between Evolution Stream and a typical streamer is that you can play very high resolution local music. NuPrime is well known for the noise cancellation, for power supply development, right? And so therefore, when we take the streaming module from our partner and put that into Evolution Stream, together with our power supply, noise cancellation, it becomes very high-end music server. Why should customers choose network switch versus ultimate switch? First of all, ultimate switch is not simply a network's Ethernet RJ47 switch. Include fiber optic high performance network ports. So there are 2 fiber optic ports, and at this pricing, it's not much more than a professional fiber optic switch, but it has ultra low noise, high precision clock.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.